What does a night out with a movie star have to do with helping entrepreneurs find their brand? I almost didn't tell you this story. It's a bit personal, but a night out with a movie star, helping entrepreneurs find their brand, tells you everything. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why. Because this week, I'm giving you the 4-letter framework I use with every single client. Ready for it? O-N-L-Y. Only. And today, it's 0. Oh, no. It's O, not 0. It's O. O, own your difference. Let me show you what that means. So I was producing a series with Channing Tatum in New Orleans. Yes, that Channing Tatum. We wrapped for the week, long days, good work, cameras down, and as everyone is packing up, Channing turns to me and says, "You want to see my New Orleans?" I do not know what that means. His New Orleans, I'm in New Orleans. What does that mean? But here's what I know in that moment. There's only one acceptable answer to that question, and the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. So I need to make a phone call. So I walk into a quiet hallway feeling genuinely like a teenager calling home from a sleepover I am technically not allowed to be at. Well, because I was calling my wife. And my wife picks up and she says, "Hey, how was filming?" And I say, "Channing just invited me out. Tonight. All night. Until morning all night. Like not sleeping all night." And there was silence. Not angry silence, the kind of silence where you can feel your marriage running calculations. And then she says, "So, are you going?" And I say very seriously, "I think I have to." Another silence. And then she exhales. Goes, "Brad, you are living my dream." And I said, "I will document everything. If he dances, I'll get the angle." We went. And I spent the entire night with Channing Tatum, seeing New Orleans through his eyes. And I still tell that story years later. Here's the question I want you to sit with right now. What is your version of that story? Now, not a night out with a movie star. Your version, the specific, slightly unusual, hard to explain thing about you that you've been keeping out of your professional narrative. The chapter that seems a bit too personal, the experience that feels completely irrelevant, the story that sounds like, who am I to lead with? This. Well, that thing, that's your O. That's your difference. And you, I know you have been editing it out. Here's why I own the Channing Tatum story. Well, I could have hidden it. Too personal, not a business credential. What does a night out with Channing Tatum have to do with helping entrepreneurs find their brand? That story shows who I am in a way a resume never could. I'm the guy who is in those rooms, who has built relationships with the biggest names, who knows how Hollywood actually works from the inside. And when I teach entrepreneurs how to become unforgettable, you know I'm not guessing, because I've lived it. That is the difference between a resume and a brand. A resume lists what you did. A brand shows who you are. A resume lists what you did. A brand shows who you are. And here's the problem most experts have. You spend your entire career trying to sand down your edges. I know it. You look like everyone else. You sound like everybody else. You market like everybody else. And doing that and trying to offend no one, be palatable to everyone, fit every room, you become memorable to no one. The edges are the only part people remember. The people you remember are not the smooth ones. They're the ones that are specific, the ones who had something particular about them, a story, a detail, a way of showing up that nobody else had. That is not an accident. That is what happens when someone stops hiding the most specific, honest thing about themselves. Jesse Cole wore a yellow tuxedo into airports knowing people would stare. He did it every single day anyway. Not because it was comfortable, far from it, because the alternative, blending in, cost more than the discomfort of being seen. The yellow tuxedo? That's not a costume. It's an identity. And it only works because Jesse Cole is the yellow tuxedo. Remove it, the whole brand collapses. That is what owning your difference actually looks like. Not louder, not more polished, just more honest. The same session that took Henry from $2,500 to $15,000, that turned Aaron into I Am Albany real estate, that took a woman who helped people with asbestos exposure and made her the only person who teaches you how to fight Goliaths. None of them invented something new. They stopped hiding what was already there. And this week, we're gonna go through all 4 letters. O, own your difference. N, narrow your focus. L, lead with your story. Y, you are the category. By the end, you're gonna have the full framework. But more than the framework, you will have the questions I ask every single client in a one-on-one audit. The session where I find the pattern you've been living, but never consciously named. Here's how you start. Step 1, go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. 8 questions. It's free, under 8 minutes. You're gonna get a first draft of your only statement. That leads you to step 2, which you're gonna book your only statement audit at findyouronly.app/audit. That's /audit. Findyouronly.app. Go there first, and it's gonna lead you, after you take the 8 questions in under 8 minutes, to the audit. What is the audit, you ask? 60 minutes one-on-one with me, where I'm gonna find the pattern you've been living, but never consciously named. And within 48 hours, you're gonna get a 15 to 17 page positioning PDF with your refined only statement. Lots of variations of your elevator pitch and your platform headlines. So go to findyouronly.app. That's findyouronly.app. 8 questions in under 8 minutes. That part is free. And then you can book an audit with me at findyouronly.app/audit. Own your difference. And when you do, everyone else follows. Be the only. Be the $2 bill.